Welcome back. Police investigators from the Criminal Investigations Department need your help in finding this man, Nathaniel Horton, alias Tanny, who is wanted for possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. Mr. Horton is 26 years old, medium brown, slim build, with the last known address of Garden Hills, number 2. Contact the CID at 502-9991. You can also call 911-919 or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 328-TIPS, 328-8477. As the Bahamas continues with its 51st independence celebrations, Ali McIntosh, servant leader of the Bahamas Constitution Party, who has expressed concerns with the negative direction the country is headed and with the effects of the brain drain on the country, she is now calling on Bahamians to fight for a better Bahamas.
If the banks have repossessed your home unfairly, as is being reported in Grand Bahama, or if the government have taken your contract unjustly, or if they have cut your subsidies for your organizations or slash your grants, as they have done in Junkanoo in favor of Carnival, you must now stand up. If your businesses have been marginalized due to the influx of foreign businesses, or your industry saturated with foreign workers instead of Bahamians, it is now time to stand up. If your child or your brother or your husband has been killed by the police, and you cannot get a coroner's inquest, if you've been asked to step aside, even though you have done the work, or you have been pushed aside just because you are a woman, it is time to stand up.
Mrs. McIntosh says what's supposed to be a sovereign and democratic governance in the Bahamas has been ruined and lost to political cronyism, systemic corruption, injustice, and inequality. The BCP leader explains what it means to stand and fight for a better Bahamas.
This is your time and your opportunity to let your voice be heard. Stand up and come with us. 51 years is enough. Enough of bad governance. Enough of corruption. Enough of injustice and inequity. Enough of poverty. It is enough of the PLP and FNM pretending that what they do in government is their own business.
According to Mrs. McIntosh, the Bahamas today is not what the founding fathers intended. She said there needs to be a change in political ideals to righteous governance in order to shift the paradigm. Also from the Bahamas Constitution Party, since the government's plans to outsource the operations of Bahamas Power and Light to private companies, the Bahamas Constitutional Party is speaking out to challenge the legality of the deal. BCP Deputy Leader Dwayne Hyler released a statement on Thursday criticizing the government's decision, claiming it violates duty to consult conditions under the 2009 IRCA Act and the 2024 Electricity Act. Hyler is calling the BPL deal a legal disaster and said the lack of transparency makes the BPL deal susceptible to corruption. While the government continues negotiations with private companies to manage the transmission, distribution, and production of energy, the BCP is demanding widespread public consultation on the BPL deal. And finally, while Eleuthera residents begin to get new roads beginning this weekend with paving of more than 160 miles of roads, residents on the island are vexed yet again about their unreliable water supply. On Thursday, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs Clay Sweden, who is also the Member of Parliament for Central and South Eleuthera, said the island is facing a public health crisis as a result of the water shortages made worse by frequent power outages. Earlier this week, the Water and Sewage Corporation notified customers from Gregorytown, Eleuthera to Savannah Sound that the naval-based desalination plant is experiencing production challenges and warned residents to prepare for disruption in their water supply. Mr. Sweeting said Thursday that water is being barged to Eleuthera to address the supply in the short term. He said a new desalination unit is on the way. The government is not happy with the private company that is responsible for providing water on Eleuthera. However, the government's hands are tied at this moment as a result of the ironclad contractual agreement. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jareno Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.